This game does for me what DN doesn't. It puts a smile on my face. This is Fabula Ultima, your newest favorite game. Have you ever heard of the Annie Awards? So, they're like a tabletop RPG excellence award hosted at Gen Con for like the last 20 years, since like 2001. With Gen Con being the biggest tabletop RPG convention in North America, the Annies are kind of like a major accomplishment for any game passing through its hands. Then here comes Fabula Ultima, the absolute unit that it is, won not only the gold for best game of the year, but also the silver for best product of the year, period. And if you want to know why it's so good, why it's so amazing, and why you should be playing it right now, this video is for you. I just want to emphasize that this is not a how-to, this is a why-to. There are plenty of tutorials online. I'm here to hype up this game. If you want to actually learn more about how to get involved in Fabula Ultima, you can drop by my stream, twitch.tv/DiceQueenD, or my Discord, or legallydistinctwaifu.com. Yes, that's a real place. Call to action, call to action, call to action. These are things I have to say. Anyways, so Fabula Ultima. It is a JRPG-inspired tabletop RPG about growing heroes and epic villains. If you like Final Fantasy, Fire Emblem, Atelier, Bravely Default, Chrono Trigger, Dragon Quest, Etrian Odyssey, Grand Blue, Radiant Historia, Persona, Octopath Travel, Last Story, Legend of Dragoon, Legend of Heroes, Vagrant Story, Xenogears, Xenoblade. If you like anything like that, oh, Suikoden. Another one, Suikoden. If you like any of those, that this is the kind of game that will let you play that game. It is designed by people that want to play JRPGs. This is the JRPG/anime tabletop RPG. I swear it. Look, unlike other contemporary D20 games like the flagrant Dungeons and Dragons, it uses this kind of like simplified stat plus stat dice system. If you're used to skillless acrobatics, knowledge, thievery, running, jumping, tumbling, it ignores all of that in lieu of this really flexible mixed stat system. There's 4 main stats: dexterity, insight, might, willpower. So they're represented by dice sizes like D6, D8, D10. You pick 2 stats, you roll that dice. When you are trying to jump a regular roof, that could be a dex plus dex roll. I rolled 2d6. Bam, I got a 7. Or a high jump might be dex plus might because it's a little bit more difficult to get there. Or if you're jumping from a really high location, like off a cliff, that might be dex plus willpower, because you know what? You have to beat your fear. You have to beat the worry that you're gonna die. That's dex plus willpower. This game is about talking with, convincing your GM what kind of situation that your dice might be involved in. You have to find ways to express yourself through the rolls, and not every roll is gonna be the same. Everyone is not gonna be rolling, oh yeah, everyone rolls thievery. No. You might be rolling dex plus dex. You might be rolling dex plus might because if you're using a little bit more force into it. That's just amazing. That is honestly just amazing. Now, you might be wondering, how many classes? D&D has like 12 classes. That's plenty, right? You get to play 1 class per game, and then that's going to be like a Fabula. No, you have more than that. You have 15 plus 4 from the new expansion, each with several skills of like different skill caps. How are you going to possibly play them all? Oh, do you want to max out your spellcasting? Oh, that's 10 levels of that. Oh, you want to get this special ability that lets you convert your HP into MP? You can pick up 2 levels of that. There's over 19 classes and 7 more coming soon for this game. You can mix and match, multi-class. It's highly encouraged. Heck, you start at level 5. You pick 2 to 3 classes you want to be. That's you. You want to be a red mage? Okay, be a fury, be a blade master, and be an elemental, like a caster. All 3 of those, bam, you got your red mage. Guys, trust me, leveling freaking awesome. Look, in this game, you level up every 10 EXP. How much EXP do you get every session? 5 whole EXP. Do you see the math there? You can get extra EXP, but there's other ways to do that. Look, If you love the excitement of leveling up almost every session, we literally have you covered here. We have you here. And you know what? Oh no, you're gonna hit level 20 really soon. That's gonna be really short. Nah, the level cap's 50. That's 50 with 19 plus way more classes in the future. Look, you want to mix and match and become the exact hero you want to be. This is the game that'll let you do that. Plus, to give you a little leg up on the journey, yes, we all start at 5. We all start at 5. It happens really quick and you get EXP. But also, you want more EXP? You want more power to affect the story? Okay. Fabula Ultima has these things called Fabula points. They're like special meta currency. If you know what meta currencies are, inspiration, bennies, fate points, that kind of stuff. That lets you express yourself into the world around you. Oh man, you're like the weakest Mara mage? Oh, you find this random stream nearby. I'm gonna spend a Fabula point. Boom, done. Like, there was this moment where we were in this like early town and these bandits started rolling up and my character very easily, she like slid into the bar with them and I rolled some dice like, hey, do you want to just like have a drinking cause? Do you want to just party? And using a Fabula point, I would be like, okay, because we've done all this, I'm going to create a bond with one of the people there. And now they like me. Now we're friends. And I was just allowed to do that. I was able to befriend them using meta currency in order to like actually progress the story in a way that didn't lead to a bar fight. Why fight when you can be smart? This game gives you that opportunity. Not only that, the more Fabula points you use and you find ways to force the GM and villain to burn them, the more EXP you get. Heck, you get Fabula points just when a villain appears on the screen. The GM brings in 3 villains, bam, 3 Fabula points. Instant. It's collaborative storytelling. It is growth between your characters and the GM. The villains and the heroes, they grow in tandem. That's one of the most amazing elements about this game. Your interaction with the GM, and also there's like so many parts about this game. There's like so many pages. It is comprehensive. There's item list, spell list, skill list. Look, let me tell you about one of my favorite characters. Dahlia Mays, a character I played just recently. Anyways, Dahlia, super smart, but otherwise pretty normal girl, almost completely incapable of fighting on her own. And in a lot of games, when you play the pacifist, it doesn't work really well in tabletop RPGs because it's like pretty focused on like fighting and combat. But trust me, look. By taking 5 levels in something called Wayfinder, she got a companion / a fiery knight, Agnes, to fight on her behalf. Meanwhile, she takes levels in Spiritist or Healer and Invoker to heal and support that knight, make them stronger, heal them up. It is extremely easy to build this character of hers. It is like bloody easy. She's a goddamn stand user with abilities to augment said stand. Using just 1 level in something called Arcanist, she can summon something called the Forge Arcanum that lets her like craft any basic weapon in the game in an instant. If I want Agnes to fire a bow, boom, done. If I wanted to fire, like, if I wanted to use like a giant sword, boom, done. A hammer, boom, done. It costs like 40 MP, but it's pretty easy to like get this build done. Look, so like, another character of mine, Freya. She acts as spy / informant for another country. In combat, she uses something called Soul Steal, kind of like Kazuma's like steal, to get resources and special items from the enemies, can debilitate them using basic actions, not attacks, and even use turns to complete rituals to even end the entire encounter completely. I can spend like 3-4 turns trying to craft a sleep gas, and boom, everyone's asleep. You can do a lot without swinging a weapon and hurting the people around you. Our GM, Peter, for like the longest time, had some trouble for the first few sessions because we were able to handle so many conflicts without actually getting violent. Fabula Ultima lets you play a kinder JRPG. You can have your classic swords and sorcery, combat haven, and you can have your peaceful Ghibli adventure where you're just befriending and cooking food for people. This game lets you honestly have it all. If you're looking for a new kind of way to play, where your fantasy isekai adventures don't have to be bathed in blood, where it's your Konosuba, you're hanging out with your silly friends doing stupid shit, where your heart can win in the end, this is your newest favorite game. Please believe me. Anyways, so I'm Dice Queen D. I like tabletop RPGs, yada yada yada. I'm always rooting for the little guy, because if you don't stand up for these like wins that we really desperately need in the tabletop RPG community that aren't just D&D, no one's gonna stand up for them if you don't. So please join me in this one. Join me on twitch.tv, DiceQueenD, or on the YouTube. Just subscribe. It's all good. I'd be glad to have you in my party. Okay. Bye.